The start of 2024 has been a whirlwind in the weather department. Snow one day, record-breaking temps, and then earlier, did you see the top of
like going sideways out here? Look at this.
It's like a snow globe.
So after yesterday's warm-up, we saw a drop in temperatures today. That temperature change brought some snow showers, as we mentioned. With more on what we can expect as we head for the weekend, let's get a look at our first warn forecast with meteorologist Alex Harrington. He is out on the weather patio on this beautiful Friday, Alex.
Yeah, beautiful for the snow lovers. And it's snowing out here, so if you want to know where's the snow right now, it's out here on the patio. But let's look at Doppler track right now. Those snow showers quickly moving from north to south and even actually northeast to southwest with this cold front that's rapidly moving through the area. Dane County, it's blue from left to right, from west to east. We're all seeing these snow showers briefly reducing visibilities, coming down at just decent enough of a clip. Just hearing roads are wet, but as temperatures drop, we could see some slick spots develop this evening. That line also Prairie du Chien right along 15151 over towards Dodgeville, and a pretty sharp contrast there. Look at that near Monroe. You might be getting a couple of raindrops, but areas of snow are coming in from the north and from the east pretty rapidly with this cold front as it moves through. The snow showers will move through quickly this evening, as you see here with our 6-hour future track radar. By the time we get to 9-10 o'clock, those snow showers are much more intermittent, but the temperatures will be dropping overnight tonight, getting down into the teens. So any wet surfaces, the sidewalks, the roads could get a bit on the slick side. So take it easy this evening. If you have to do any travel, slow down. And again, watch out for some of those slick spots that may develop even after the snow showers end. Then, just as Susan and Eric were saying, the roller coaster, the whirlwind, here we go back to alert day conditions. We will track that coming up in Maine weather, the latest on the potential for severe thunderstorms next Tuesday.
All right, Alex, thank you. Tonight at 5 News 3 Now is working for you, tackling a tough topic: domestic violence.
It's been 5 days since 2 children were murdered by their mother in Middleton. We now know the names of the 2 children killed. They are 8-year-old Maya Lacey Robinson and 5-year-old Major Lacey Robinson.
Our Braden Ross shares more on how we can work to prevent domestic violence in our community. Braden?
Yeah, this community is still shaken by this incident. The home where this happened is just down the road from the park where that vigil will be held tonight. There are still balloons and flowers placed on the doorstep to honor those kids. And as the community plans to mourn their deaths, I'm digging deeper into domestic violence incidents. Only about 10 to 20% of homicides are committed by women. I spoke with Domestic Violence Intervention Services today, who told me, well, it's rare to see domestic violence perpetrated by women. It's not unheard of. I also asked about the impact violence can have on children in the home.
Children who are witnessing domestic violence, about 31% of them are also themselves victims of physical assault as well. The children who grew up in violent homes, the girls are 6 times more likely to become victims in their adult relationships, and boys are 10 times more likely to use violence in their adult relationships.
Their main message, though, there is help available. DAY's Executive Director Shannon Berry told me when people connect with domestic violence intervention services, they are 60% less likely to experience a severe form of assault. But those services here in Wisconsin are preparing to see a 70% drop in federal funding this year, at the same time that domestic violence homicides are on the rise in Wisconsin. Now in Middleton, a vigil for the children is scheduled for tomorrow night at 6:30 at Lakeview Park. There's also a GoFundMe set up for the family's funeral expenses. You can find out how to donate online at channel3000.com.
All right, Braden, thank you. And if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, there is help available. You can call the DAY's helpline. That number on your screen, 608-251-4445, or text them at 608-420-4638.
Next tonight at 5, the Madison Police Department is investigating after a resident at the Dane County Jail was found unresponsive in their cell this morning. Just after 10:30, the resident was found in a housing unit in the public safety building. Paramedics were called, but they were unable to revive the person. The Dane County Medical Examiner's Office will also be investigating the death.
The FBI is offering a $10,000 reward for anyone with information about a pair of armed robberies in southwest Wisconsin.
They say 3 Hispanic suspects first robbed a Mexican grocery store in Monroe late last month, holding a customer and cashier at gunpoint. And 2 weeks ago in Platteville, police say 3 Hispanic men wearing hooded sweatshirts and medical masks robbed another Mexican grocery store. The men later fled the area in a white Honda Pilot. Anyone with information is urged to contact the FBI Milwaukee field office. The number is on your screen, or you can submit tips online at tips.fbi.gov. New information from authorities this afternoon regarding the Christmas Day shooting in Rock County. 17-year-old Jameer Smith is charged with first-degree attempted homicide. Beloit police say a warrant was issued for his arrest last week, and officers spotted Smith leaving a home on Thursday. He allegedly led police on a short chase before he was apprehended, and a gun was found in his backpack. The charges stem from the December 25th shooting in Beloit that injured a 19-year-old. It happened just before 11 in the morning near the intersection of Porter and Yates Avenues. A 23-year-old Beloit man was also arrested yesterday and faces charges of harboring and aiding a felon. The city of Janesville is speaking out about the mass eviction that will soon leave 100 families without their homes.
And our Maddie Heimsch gives us an exclusive interview.
The city of Janesville announced they would be setting aside $500,000 in city funds to provide aid to families in need. But how exactly is that money going to use? Nick Faust, assistant to the city manager here in Janesville, told me the city is setting up individual appointments with these families in an attempt to provide support to their specific needs.
The city feels deeply for these folks. These are residents who are often disadvantaged, so we know that it's extra important that they feel like they have support.
The $500,000 in city funds, Faust said, will go towards first month's rent for those who find another home, 30-day motel vouchers to those who don't, and various additional costs that come with relocating.
Yeah, this is truly a situation where the word unprecedented comes to mind, because we've really never dealt in our community with a displacement of this magnitude.
Faust said the city has appointments set up with 30 tenants as of now, and they ask all tenants affected to call 608-755-3065 for assistance.
So I'd want to encourage those folks to, again, reach out to us. No question too small, no problem too big. We can work together to make this a better outcome for folks.
City officials tell me their community will come out of this crisis stronger on the other end. Moving forward in Janesville, Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Tonight, the Badger women's hockey team welcomes Ohio State to LeBron Arena. It is a #1 versus #2 showdown on the ice.
But before they drop the puck, head coach Mark Johnson will honor a handful of Badgers. Sports director Zach Hanley joins us live from LeBron tonight with more on the celebration. Zach?
Yeah, you're right. It's a big weekend at LeBron for 2 reasons. Number one, as you mentioned, it's Ohio State and Wisconsin, 2 of the best teams in the country going at it. And number 2, Wisconsin's going to honor 6 seniors ahead of tonight's game. One of them, of course, is 2-time team captain Britta Curl. And when it's all said and done, the North Dakota native will go down as one of the best Badgers in program history. But for now, she's just trying to soak up every last moment here with this team.
Try not to think about it, honestly. It's gonna be really special. I mean, I've been here for 5-6 years now, but it feels like it's gone so fast, and here we are at the end. So I'm just gonna soak it in. I think, playing in LeBron is every single game I try to appreciate it to the max, but this weekend for sure I'm gonna be enjoying it.
Now, the Senior Day celebration begins at 6:40. Puck drops at LeBron Arena, and you better believe it, this place is going to be packed at 7 for a national championship rematch against Ohio State. For now, live at LeBron Arena, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
All right, Zach, thank you. McFarland High School had a special guest today, State Superintendent Dr. Jill Underly, joining students and staff to hear about the importance of career and technical education programs and opportunities. During her visit, she attended a student-led presentation on the many opportunities the youth apprenticeship program at the school offers. She would also tour the school's tech ed classrooms and get a first-hand glimpse of where these students get to grow.
It's really just inspiring, and you can just tell that these kids are confident, they're focused. I mean, the skills that they develop by participating in CTE classes and youth apprenticeship programs, communication, work ethic, they are just, problem solvers.
This was the final visit for Dr. Underly during Career and Technical Education Month.
In 6 weeks, Wisconsin voters will head to the polls to cast their vote in the presidential primary. But for some Wisconsinites who have been recently incarcerated, that can pose some barriers, which is why the League of Women Voters here in Dane County are working to help those who recently finished felony convictions get back on the voter rolls. They are among a group of 44 local leagues that have received grants to do this work.
We would love to reach out to individuals who want follow-up. Like I meet some people and they're not quite there yet, but they are on the way to being off paper. And we want to help them as much as possible.
For the full interview, make sure to tune into For the Record. It airs Sunday morning at 10:30 right here on News 3.
Well, South Carolina's Republican primary is tomorrow, and polls show former President Trump with a large lead over Nikki Haley in her home state.
But the former South Carolina governor is vowing to stay in the race no matter tomorrow's outcome. Erica Brown reports from Washington, D.C.
Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is making her final pitch to voters before the state's Republican presidential primary Saturday.
So now we have a decision to make. Do we want more of the same, or do we want to go in a new direction?
Polls show she trails former President Trump by more than 30 points in her home state, but has vowed to stay in the race, arguing she has a better chance than Trump of defeating President Biden in November.
Donald Trump cannot win a general election.
Trump focused on a potential rematch with President Biden, not the Republican primary, as he rallied supporters in Tennessee Thursday.
The restoration of law and justice in America begins with firing crooked Joe Biden on November 5th, 2024. If we don't fire him, our country, I believe, is doomed.
And Nikki Haley's supporters tell CBS News they believe she should stay in the race as an alternative to Donald Trump, who is facing a series of legal challenges this election year. Many South Carolina voters we spoke to have their minds made up, but not all.
I think Trump's got it in the bag, and she's wasting her time.
She's a smart lady. She works hard.
I really have not made a full decision on who I'm going to vote for on Saturday.
But a recent CBS News poll finds most Republican primary voters in South Carolina are firmly supporting one candidate. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
President Biden easily won South Carolina's Democratic primary earlier this month. Democrats have their next primary Tuesday in Michigan.
Well, just ahead, meteorologist Alex Harrington returns as we head for the weekend with his complete first warn forecast.
And NASA is looking for volunteers to spend a year living in a simulated Mars habitat to see how humans can exist on the red planet. We'll have more on the job description next.
And on Wall Street, the Dow closes the week with a 62-point jump. The Nasdaq falls almost 45. The S&P 500 adds 2. 500 adds 2. We'll be right back.
Sockberry Healthcare is here to help. To help with your shoulder pain,
your knee injury, that hip that bothers you,
with your foot or ankle pain.
We focus on quality.
We focus on results.
And take time to listen.
So that your care is the best care for you.
You.
You. You.
For you. We're here for you.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics. Listening, healing, caring. It's in our nature.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you quality name brand workwear and footwear because we get you. From the farm to the job site to your own backyard, we have great deals on your favorite rugged styles for spring. Right now, earn $50 in Carhartt bucks when you spend $200 on Carhartt gear, $100 off these men's cat work boots. And while you're in for workwear, save on 5 gallons of Blaine's diesel oil, $64.99. Rewards members save an extra $5. Plus, don't miss this weekend's free snack sampling event. See farmandfleet.com.
A lot of law firms claim to be experts at handling injury cases that involve large trucks. But handling one trucking case does not make you an expert on the subject. Experience matters in these cases. One local firm has handled 25 trucking cases which resulted in payments over $1 million each, and hundreds of others as well. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
For the second year in a row, Chevy Equinox has been ranked by J.D. Power #1 in new vehicle quality for compact SUVs. In other words, it's really good, right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar.
Qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $269 a month.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Watch the Bucks return to broadcast TV when they take on the T-Wolves on your new local home for select Bucks games. Don't miss a second of the action as the Greek Freak heads to Minnesota to tangle with one of the top teams in the West. It's a Twin Cities showdown. Bucks, T-Wolves on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Tonight at 9, here on WISC TV3.
At 6, tracking 24 hours of winter, then we chat record warmth and alert day conditions for next Tuesday.
And after the tragic shootings in Middleton, we get insight from Domestic Abuse Intervention Services on the impact of violence in the home. That's tonight at 6.
Monday at 6. The lines are redrawn in Wisconsin.
Today is a beautiful day for democracy.
I'll show you how these new legislative maps could change the game for state politics and break down what policies could be back on the table if control flips this November. Monday at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Moving forward.
There's a job for you, Susan. NASA looking for a few volunteers to join its second simulated mission to Mars. The 4 volunteer crew members will live and work inside a 3D printed Mars habitat at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston for an entire year. It includes 4 living quarters, a workspace, a medical station, and lounge areas. The project is designed to give the space agency a sense of how astronauts deal with the environmental stressors and limited resources on the red planet.
More importantly, actually, you have to be a team player. You have to work together with the other people. You have to put the team priorities higher than your own priorities.
Now, to qualify, you have to be a motivated U.S. citizen or permanent resident between the ages of 30 and 55. The deadline to apply for the spring 2025 mission is April 2nd. NASA says compensation for this mission is available, and you'll learn more information about that. It'll be provided during the screening process.
Fascinating science. Our weather is pretty fascinating, too. And
felt like Mars today.
Quickly it's changing. Hi, Alex.
Hi there. I'm not quite sure what seasons they have on Mars, but I think I'm going to stick to our seasons. We get 2 in this forecast. Let's start off with season number 1. Snow showers will end this evening, although we'll track those in a moment here. Still looking at that record high warmth as we go out into next Tuesday. That's season number 2. We'll swing to spring, and with that, the thunderstorm chances. Snow showers really across all of southern Wisconsin, let's say from Iowa, Dane County, all the way down to Janesville, and they're moving from northwest to southeast and northeast to southwest. Let's zoom in a little bit closer here into Dane County. We've got snow in Mount Horeb, Waunakee, Fitchburg, really all from west to east across Dane County. Coming down in a decent enough clip, and with the winds out there, could have some reduced visibilities. That line also stretches to the west over here, Prairie du Chien, now over to Lancaster, just south of Lone Rock, hitting Dodgeville right now with a few snowflakes. Real tight line here as that cold front moves from northeast to southwest, going from Broadhead over towards Monroe. Monroe, you will get snow momentarily here. Our 6-hour future track shows that slipping to the south here with a few flurries left over as we head towards 10 o'clock tonight, but then conditions will be clearing out and it will be getting colder. So heads up here. When you get into those spots of low visibility, give yourself a little extra distance, slow down, and the snow showers again will end this evening. So we march towards 6:30, doing a great job here with our future track model. This cold front has come through as we move towards 8 o'clock. Those strong winds out of the north and northeast making it feel a lot colder than what we're used to. Look at the temperatures dipping down here as we go into to your Saturday morning. Down to 15, 16 degrees. Anything that's wet is going to freeze tonight. So be careful if you're walking out on the sidewalk with your dog tomorrow morning. Could be slippery out there. We're only going to do 31. A little warmer to the west, but warm weather will be advancing to the east again. Record high possibilities on Monday near 60 degrees. I think we'll do a record on Tuesday. Back in 1976, we did 58. We're going for 65 on Tuesday, and with that, the alert day conditions that we have been looking at for days and days, still a possibility for severe weather Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening, but there's been some changes. Yesterday, I showed you this graphic here, and Gary did as well, the severe weather threat moving closer to southern Wisconsin. But if that cold front doesn't come through at the right time, for example, if it comes through a little earlier, it pushes the severe weather risk to the east, and that's what's looking like at this point in time. So let's break this down. Bottom line with the severe weather here. We started talking about this last weekend. Weather models still showing a strong storm system, but right now that cold front might come through a little bit earlier on Tuesday, and that limits the heat and the moisture from building, and that may limit the severe weather threat. I'll be watching it over the course of the weekend. If that front doesn't look like it's going to come through at the optimal time, we may take away alert day conditions on Tuesday. Briefly turning colder, we go back to winter for a day, and then we go back into the spring-like temperatures as we head out into the future there. First, we're on traffic here, a little bit slower eastbound on 12 at 56, a little slower as you head over towards the I-39 exchange at 39 miles per hour. Again, we do have those snow showers out there as well, swinging to the south and to the east here in Janesville. Decent clip, still going at 60 to 70 miles per hour with those snowflakes out there, and up towards the north and towards the west, towards the Dells at 70 miles per hour. So conditions still looking pretty good here. Again, getting reports the roads are just wet, but those visibilities may be briefly reduced this evening. The good news is the snow showers will end this evening early, and then just temperatures will be colder, and then once again, we'll have winter for a day on Saturday.
Alex, thank you. Just ahead, how two Howard University students are skating past old barriers to make some history. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Save on big projects. Menards 11% off everything is happening now. Don't miss out. Complete your laundry room. Save 11% on Clearview cabinetry. Transform your home with 11% off new Mastercraft doors. Build your dream deck and get 11% off Ultra Deck composite decking. Or go even bigger and get 11% off a whole house. There's no limit to what you can save. Menards 11% off everything is happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
The 3 Ps of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford, a price that can't increase, and a price that fits your budget.
I'm 54 and was a smoker, but quit. What's my price?
You can get coverage for $9.95 a month.
I'm 65, retired, and take medications. What's my price?
Also $9.95 a month.
I just turned 80 and I'm on a fixed income. What's my price?
$9.95 a month for you too. If you're age 50 to 85, call now about the #1 most popular whole life insurance plan available through the Colonial Penn program. Options start at $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. You cannot be turned down because of your health. No medical exam, no health questions. Your acceptance is guaranteed. And this plan has a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, so your rate can never go up for any reason. Options start at $9.95 a month. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now for free information, and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction to your loved ones with your final wishes. And it's yours free, just for calling. So call now for free information.
Call 1-800-914-3131 for your free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-914-3131. There's no risk or obligation. 1-800-914-3131. Call now.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Moving forward.
In a first at a historically black college or university, 2 figure skaters at Howard in Washington, D.C. are working to expand opportunities for black college students.
The university now on track to become the first historically black college and university in the country to take part in an intercollegiate figure skating competition.
Michelle Miller laced up her skates to meet the 2 students who've teamed up to make their school the hottest ticket on ice.
Junior Maya James achieved her dream of a figure skating team at Howard University by turning to Google to find other skaters, and then skated right into the DMs of senior Cheyenne Walker to break the ice.
I stalked Cheyenne a little bit, you know.
Just a little.
Just a little, you know. I wouldn't call it stalking, though. I would call it using her resources and research. Yeah.
Both on skates since the age of 7, Walker grew up training with the group Figure Skating in Harlem. But with no figure skating program at any historically black university like Howard, Walker had to give up the sport she loved to go to the college she wanted.
I loved Howard, but I also wanted to continue to skate. So it was like, which one do I choose?
Together, they set out to change that. But with no ice rink on campus, the pair quickly found forming a team was, well, as hard as landing one of these synchronized jumps. With few figure skaters on campus, James and Walker got creative and recruited ice hockey players like sophomore Tony Smith.
Smiling, like majestic on the ice. I wasn't like that before, so.
So why did they want you on the team?
Honestly, because it's Howard's first year, there's not a lot of figure skaters don't come here. They don't know that it's an option.
The team also had a difficult time finding a full-size rink to practice in. So each week, the team pays to rent this rink near the University of Maryland.
Bend your knees.
And between practices at this community rink, the Howard students help others find their footing on skates. Now, as Walker graduates, she's leaving James at the helm.
Having this opportunity to lead the club will definitely help her figure out that she has all the potential and that she's able to do everything. So I'm excited.
Why are you crying? You know, it's just so sweet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So sweet?
Yeah.
Because?
I don't know, it has been a lot of work.
Knowing the team is firmly planted.
Michelle Miller, CBS News.
And Michelle Miller has a personal connection. She is a proud Howard grad herself. The team has their first tournament in Delaware tomorrow. We're back with a final check of your first warn forecast after a short break.
We're often asked,
Is it really free to hire Gruber Law Offices?
the answer is yes. The call, the consultation, free. You pay nothing until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Wanakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
The Build, Remodel, and Landscape Show is coming, and admission is free. Shop, compare, and save big. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at the Monona Terrace Convention Center.
I thought you two were going to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison this afternoon.
No, we couldn't decide what game to play.
That's the great thing about Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. There is a myriad of games with a myriad of themes so you can find your perfect fit. Some machines offer free games, multiple spins, a bonus within a bonus, and multipliers. So many different ways to play means so many different ways to win. Find your perfect game at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the Madison area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Watch the Bucks return to broadcast TV when they take on the T-Wolves on your new local home for select Bucks games. Don't miss a second of the action as the Greek Freak heads to Minnesota to tangle with one of the top teams in the West. It's a Twin Cities showdown. Bucks, T-Wolves on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Tonight at 9, here on WISC TV 3. The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
At Gruber Law Offices, we know how to win. Real cases, real results. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When Alex is back, a final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we're tracking 2 seasons, and we're still in winter. We shouldn't be tracking 2 seasons right now, but we are. We've got winter conditions for this evening. Those scattered snow showers should eventually end this evening, but do take it easy if you're out driving and you happen to get into some areas of low visibility. Cold enough tonight that those roads might ice up a little bit too, and those sidewalks as well. Alert day conditions still a possibility as we go out into Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening of next week, with all hazards possible. There's that really warm, record-breaking day on Tuesday. That cold front comes through a little bit too early. The severe weather threat might be to the east, which would be a good thing for southern Wisconsin. Then we have winter for a day on Wednesday, then back to spring as we go out into the following weekend. And speaking of severe weather, we'll see Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti at Madison College tomorrow. There's a severe weather seminar.
All right, Alex, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. The CBS Evening News is next. Stay tuned.